Welcome to Kids Learning Lab, a learning podcast made just for kids. Hello! Before we start this episode, I'd like to give a shout out to our latest member for Kids Learning Lab, Aditya E. Thank you for subscribing. Also, I see a lot more people are looking at the website. I'm going to add more games, so be sure to check it out. Also, you can support Kids Learning Lab on Patreon. Stick around after the end to learn about Patreon. If you don't want to stick around at the end, I'll just tell you the basics right now. Patreon is a subscription and donation service that lets you subscribe free or paid and give donations. If you want to know more, just find out at the end. Remember, Kids Learning Lab is just starting out on Patreon, so early subscribers might get bonus content. Patreon is at patreon.com/kidslearninglab, and our website is at kidslearninglab.weebly.com. If you want to email us, that's also fun. Our last episode was on microwave popcorn, and at one part, I asked you to send in your popcorn experiments to me. You can send them in at kidslearninglab099@gmail.com. Now, in this episode, we're going to learn about how school started. Part 1. Ancient Civilization. In ancient times, rich families paid tutors to teach their kids reading and writing. It was only reserved for the very rich, like kings, queens, and knights who could afford private tutors, so not many people were educated. Part 2. Middle Ages. During the Middle Ages, places of religion often had school, and people wanted to teach kids religion. That's why education and school started, to teach kids how to practice their religion. But nowadays, it's how to learn to read, write, and extracurricular activities. Also, the first colleges were started during these ages. Colleges are places where you can get a certificate or a degree for learning or knowing something. For example, if you want to be a musician, you are sometimes required to have a degree in musical arts. Colleges and universities, like the University of Oxford, were started this time, around 1000 CE. Part 3. Renaissance. The Renaissance was a time in Europe when people started being more educated, music was being introduced to the world, and people started innovating. More people became interested in learning new things, so more people went to school. Part 4. 19th, 20th, and 21st centuries. During the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, more people needed to be educated, so more people began going to school. Now, 90% of kids go to school. 80% of those go to free public schools. The other 10% go to paid private schools. Part 5. History of homework. In Egypt, homework started when kids going to school didn't finish the classwork. The teacher told the students to go home and finish it. That started homework, which continues on today. I know most of you don't like homework, but it's important to remember what you learned in class. Part 6. Fun facts. Number 1. School bus yellow is a real color, created by the United States of America Department of Transportation. Since yellow is a bright color and helps cars remember there are kids inside. Number 2. The oldest school is in Greece, founded by a famous philosopher, Pythagoras. 3. In most countries, lunches are given for free in public schools. Now, for those of you who want to learn about Patreon, I'm going to talk about it now. We have 6 subscription tiers on Patreon. Number 1. Free newsletter. If you go to patreon.com/kidslearninglab and click Join for free, you can get a free newsletter every episode. It is absolutely free, and the newsletter has awesome bonus content and fun facts. Number 2. Community bundle, $1.50 a month. The community bundle gives you access to the fan club, a community chat where you can talk with other listeners. You also get a 5-year message conversations with me online, the host. You can also try out the fan club with a free trial of 7 days. Number 3. Kids Learning Lab bonus, $2 a month. The bonus tier gets you a bonus episode every month. Also, you can buy bonus episodes from the Patreon shop. You can also get access to the fan club. In addition to that, you can try it out with a free trial. Number 4, Kids Learning Lab Plus, $4 a month. Recommended tier. Kids Learning Lab Plus, which I recommend, is a great tier and gives you many things. You get a shout-out video from me, the host, and you can choose a message which will be played on the podcast. Get bonus episodes every month, access to the fan club, and get a shout-out on the podcast. You can try it out for 7 days. I highly recommend this one. Number 5, Super Learner, $6 a month. Super Learner is a super package, which gets you every single thing from the Plus tier and a year-long conversation online with me. You also have a 7-day free trial. Number 6, Superfan, $7.50 a month. Superfan is the highest tier and includes everything from Super Learner along with a 5-year conversation. It's like getting the community bundle with Super Learner. Get work in progress updates as well as behind the scenes videos. Choose any 2 items from the shop under $10 for free. Also, this has a 7-day free trial. Remember, Patreon subscribers might get early subscriber discounts, so don't forget to subscribe early. See you next time on Kids Learning Lab.